Hello chess lovers, Soren here, and in this video I want to share with you a fantastic attacking game played by Indian chess prodigy Rameshbabu Praggnanandhaa. At the time of this game, Praggnanandhaa was 11 years old and his rating was 2442. His opponent is Paraguayan chess grandmaster Axel Bachmann with a rating of 2645, and the game was played in 2016 in the last round of Isle of Man Masters tournament. Let's see what happened on the board. Bachmann opened up with d4 and Praggnanandhaa responded with knight f6, bishop f4, g6, knight c3. White is like sidestepping the main theoretical battle and wants to outplay his inexperienced opponent in non-theoretical lines. d5 by Praggnanandhaa already. White wanted to go for e4, that's why we have d5, queen d2. White is both preparing castling queenside, and at the same time the queen can support the dark squared bishop in order to offer the exchange of dark squared bishops and weaken black's kingside. Bishop g7, and there it goes, bishop h6 is on the board. Here Praggnanandhaa castled kingside, bishop takes g7, king takes g7, and this time white castled queenside. We have opposite side castlings, and this is promising to be a very sharp game. c5 by Praggnanandhaa and e3. Well, if we move like d takes c5, then simply queen a5, no problem at all for black. In our game after c5 we have e3, knight c6, f3. At some point white can both establish a strong center, and at the same time this f-pawn can even support the advance of the g-pawn. And c4 by Praggnanandhaa. He is blocking the dark squared bishop's diagonal, and already this b5 b4 advance is the threat. e4 by Bachmann, and there it goes, b5 is on the board. Praggnanandhaa is sacrificing a pawn. White didn't dare to capture on b5 and instead captured on d5. But let's take a look. What if knight takes b5? Then black can play rook b8. Actually, once black is managing to open up the b file, black's attack can become very dangerous. That's why white chose e takes d5, and only after knight b4 went for knight takes b5. A dubious decision, of course, after which white's position collapses quickly. Instead, it was better to think about a counterplay and go for g4. If rook b8, then this time h4. But in our game we have knight takes b5, and as the knight is no longer protecting the pawn on a2, we have knight takes a2 check, king b1 and queen takes d5. Not the strongest continuation. Actually, this a6 is the best move. The idea is to lure away the knight which is covering the c3 square. For example, if knight a3, then c3 can be very unpleasant. Or after a6, if we move like knight c3, then after the exchange of knights on c3, black can capture on d5 and then can play c3. And again, black's attack is going to be very dangerous. It's not quite clear how is white going to save this position, but in our game we have queen takes d5, which is also a very strong move and leaves white with a lot of problems. Of course, right now the knight on a2 is untouchable because of this c3 check. That's why all white needs is to move away his knight from b5, and knight a3 was played, though I have to tell you that knight c3 was the lesser evil. But even in this case, after knight takes c3 check, queen takes c3, bishop a6, black has an advantage and a dangerous attack. Let's go back. In our game we have queen takes d5 and knight a3, which steps into this deadly c3 move. White captured on c3, but this allowed Praggnanandhaa to open up the b file, and rook b8 check is on the board. King a1, and this time we have queen a5. White accepted the knight sacrifice, and this time the second knight is joining the attack. Knight e2, a desperate attempt, but after bishop e6, believe it or not, but Axel Bachmann resigned. Yes, guys, white king is defenseless. The threat is knight takes c3 double check, and if we move like c4, then this time knight b4 check is coming. If king b2, then knight d3 double check, and then rook b2 check followed by queen a3 checkmate. That's why after this bishop e6 move, this is move 18, and we have a resignation. A very impressive game played by 11-year-old chess prodigy. He simply outplayed his strong and experienced opponent. In the end, as usual, a chess puzzle for you. Please take a look at this position and try to find the winning line for white. I will wait for your answer in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. Feel free to check them out as well. I will see you in my next video.